Just out of curiosity, what did you do? What's the resolution or the goal for 2024? It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio. Use the My His Radio open mic. Hey, if you got a new device, download it for free. Google Play and the App Store. Tap on the open mic. You can record whatever you want when you tap on the open mic. And what we're curious of is the goal or the resolution for 2024. I'll start because I made 3 this year. I'll tell you, last year I didn't make any. And I kind of wish I did.
Really?
I know I like to have some kind of goal.
Yeah.
And so here's the 3 that I made for this year. The first one is to be a better listener, because sometimes I don't think I listen that well. I try to be, but I want to be more intentional on being a better listener and not quick to talk real fast. Interject something. I want to hear somebody all the way through. And then I want to work on my health. Now, I did this journey about 18 years ago, and I fell off the wagon in a sense after I had major surgery in 2021. I don't know. I just didn't care anymore. And so I'm not looking at weight loss whatsoever, but I'm looking at health, just like I did the last time.
Which is so good.
Yeah, and I want to eat better, make better choices. I don't want to deprive, because I deprived myself last time. But I want to make better choices because I haven't really made good choices. I work out all the time. You look at me and you can't tell I work out. I mean, seriously, you cannot out-work out a bad diet, and that's where I am right now. So I want to make better choices. And then here's my third one, and this is going to sound funny. It's spam.
You're going to eat spam? I thought you were going to make good choices.
Right? I started unsubscribing from all the stuff that fills up my email box.
Yes.
And so over the Christmas break, this is what I did in my downtime. I unsubscribed from a ton of stuff. I'm already seeing a difference. And so I'm unsubscribing from all the stuff. I usually just delete it. And I found myself in deleting a ton of stuff that I delete something I'm supposed to actually read. In my delete madness.
Well, it's fewer distractions, which I think is always good. So I was doing kind of the same thing. One of the goals that I set for myself is healthier boundaries, and that's everything. That is boundaries as far as how much screen time I get, boundaries with as much as I do, even for other people, because I have felt that I sacrifice myself and my family to help others sometimes. And I don't mean that as a pat on the back, just as sometimes you got to say no because it's healthier.
Right? I say yes to too many things. I totally get that. Scott didn't make any.
No, because I have made those in the past and I've not fulfilled them. And so this year, I'm just not really going to say, okay, I'm going to definitely do this all year. Although there is one thing I'm going to try and do, and that is to limit the distractions of the devices like the phones. I feel like sometimes I check my phone too much, especially at home. And I'm really going to try this year to just, when I get home, kind of put it aside and focus on some things, with the family and not feel like I have to constantly, okay, what's going on, and check a lot on the phone.
Yeah, like actual FaceTime.
You're right.
I'm going to have to make a note and not text Scott after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What about you? How about a text at 800-447-7234?
Yeah, Maria says, here's my goal for 2024. It's to eat healthier and then spend more time with family and friends. I love that she put her friends in there because you got to cultivate that relationship too.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. That's good. Here's an open mic that came in through the My HISRadio app. By the way, if you got a new device for Christmas, you can download the app. It's free, Google Play and the App Store. And then when you get there, tap on the open mic because you can record anything you want there.
All right, so my 3 New Year's resolutions that I'm attempting to successfully complete this year is to stop vaping for sure. Also to get baptized. Every single time I've ever tried to get baptized, something would actually get in the way of it and it would be no more. So I'm excited. I'm gung-ho about getting baptized this year. And then my third is, like she said, is definitely setting those clear boundaries.
My goals are to lose at least 40 pounds by the summertime. I know that's not a whole year, but I want to lose at least 40 to 45 pounds by the summertime. I also want to try to get through the Bible the whole year. and to spend more time with family.
Good for you. Great New Year's resolutions right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they cover the whole gamut. So she's starting out the new year on the good foot.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
I don't know if you saw this feed, but oh my word, it just touched my heart. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. It's this elderly couple. They're in a food court. Maybe you saw this. They're in a food court. All of a sudden, the song comes on, and they start dancing. Here's the thing. This couple, I learned, have been married for 53 years. And their love for each other and their joy in just spending time with each other certainly shows.
Yeah, and they were kind of doing a line dance. I don't know if it was the cha-cha. It wasn't the electric slide, but it was something like that. And they were just having the best time. And just in the middle of a food court, which means they're spontaneous. They love to dance. I mean, they are the perfect ones for each other. I want to take them, put them in my pocket, and whenever I need to smile, just take them out and let them dance.
Put them in your pocket.
Yep.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
I'm on the fence on this. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Oh, I'm just passing the information along. I don't think this is a thing at all. But on TikTok, there's a young woman that is telling us to marinate our Diet Coke. Marinate it.
Okay, I've heard the term. I think and I don't cook. I burn toast, okay? That's me. I think I understand what marinating is. But how do you do that with a beverage?
Well, that's the thing. And that's what piqued my interest. Like, what now? So basically, she's just saying to put your can of Diet Coke in the fridge for at least 3 days and maybe even up to 3 weeks. And that's the marinating process. I know. And then she goes on to describe, okay, like you put a lime in it. You've got to pour it in this certain type of glass to get the full experience of your Diet Coke. Look, that process to me is not going to change. Now, I have teenage boys, so very rarely does a soda go in the refrigerator and stay for more than 24 hours because they normally snatch it up. But I can't. The only time I've ever known a soda in a can to change taste is when it goes out of date.
But wait a minute. She's saying to pour it into something, right?
So only after you have taken it out of the fridge, put it in a glass, and that's where you get the best Diet Coke. So it stays in the can, in the refrigerator.
Okay, so in the fridge, it's always in the can.
Yes.
For a second, I thought you pour it in something, then put it in the fridge, and that's called the carbonation is going to be gone.
Right, that's just flat.
Bit, right?
That's just a flat drink.
Here's the thing. She just wants it cold. Here's another thing. So when you go to a convenience store, I guess all the beverages are marinated.
I feel like it.
In her thought, right?
Yeah, in her thought. I feel like she maybe was brought up drinking soda that was left, in a pantry somewhere, and so it was warm. And so now the cold version is her marination process.
So, suggestion, ice?
Ice works.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
Do not ever put towels in your bathroom. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Yeah, not supposed to anyway, because
It's crazy.
there's a lot of germs in there. I don't keep I have a robe. I have a robe, and I keep that in my closet on a hook. My husband keeps a towel in the bathroom at all times. And
I
I'm
do
like,
too. I do too. That's where you're supposed to have a towel. So here's the thing. They say there are 12 things you should never have in your bathroom. I get linens. I get the sheets and the blankets. You don't put those in the bathroom.
Well, but they would be in a linen closet,
Yeah,
even if it's
exactly.
in the bathroom. So you're not just keeping your sheets on the shower bench or something.
Of course not. But I have a towel that I hang. It's in the shower, and there's a place to hang it in the shower.
I hate that. I hate that
And
so much.
I hope this does not sound disgusting, but I use the same towel for a couple of days in a row.
That's what I hate. I knew that's where you were going. My husband does the same thing. I hate that so much.
Why?
So it's gross.
It's not gross. Scott
It's
does
gr-
that.
I do that.
That's
Why
so
is it
gross.
gross?
It's nasty. I'm sorry. It just
There's this whole, the organizers saying there's this whole cross contamination thing. Come on. It's your bathroom. It's okay.
I mean, I get it. Same reason you wouldn't take, maybe a ham sandwich up in there. Kind of the cross contamination, right? So why would you leave your
You don't want
towel in
that near
there?
a toilet.
Same thing with your towel.
Yeah, but I have my toilet. I don't know about Scott's bathroom. I've never been in it. But I have like, what do you call it? A water closet.
Water closet, yeah.
So I have a water closet. I can close the door.
So ours is open. It's right by the shower, which I do wish we had a private little area like the water closet, but
So then your towel is hanging right there.
Where's the medicine? Where's the medicine?
not in the bathroom.
Not in the bathroom, for sure.
Real. It's not in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom. Come on.
We don't have a medicine cabinet in the
I have a-
bathroom. No, ours is just in a closet, or a cabinet, I should say, in the kitchen.
Yeah,
Cleaning
we have a cabinet just for medicines in the kitchen.
And it's in your bathroom.
No.
It's not in Scott's bathroom?
Nope.
Oh, boy. Okay. I'm breaking all the rules. Cleaning supplies?
No.
In the I do have floor cleaner in the bathroom, but it's under the cabinet.
We have ours under a cabinet in the kitchen,
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
under the sink.
Same here.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
So Dr. Kane, there's a W in there. Is it Quain or is the W silent?
I'm going with Kane.
Kane, okay. Me too.
I think so, yeah.
Dr. Kane Stewart. He's a vet. He has a heart for the homeless who have pets. And so after he had this one experience of a homeless man that he ran into who had a pet who needed care, he decided from then on forward that he's going to take care of anybody's pet of homeless people.
I
Because
love
that's a
it.
companion for people who are on the street. I was on the streets. I never had an animal when I was on the streets or a pet when I was on the streets, but good night. It's for some people who are bound to the streets. This is their only form of companionship.
Yeah, and it's good for the pet as well because there's somebody there that is taking care of them. One thing about the doctor is he almost left the profession. I don't know if he had gotten burnt out or fed up or like what was going on, but he almost left until he had this encounter with this homeless person, and that solidified really his passion and kind of a ministry, what he's supposed to be doing.
Well, I like how he does it, too, because now what he does is little small drop-in clinics around the city where he is, providing all the medical care. And it's not just those who are homeless, but also those who just can't afford the bills to go to a veterinarian. And so he goes right to them with these small pop-up clinics that he does.
Yeah, sometimes, decisions have to be made that people wouldn't want to make for what is essentially sometimes their best friend. But if you don't have the money to pay for it, there's a decision that has to be made, whether it's rehoming or, whatever the case is.
Where I live, there is one veterinarian clinic that goes around with a mobile unit for affordable vaccines that the dogs need. Because you can go to a vet and they could be pretty expensive in the office. But they have these pop-ups where they go to parking lots with this truck, and you should see the line of people that are there, and you can tell while you're waiting in line for a while that they're very grateful that there's something affordable that they can have for their pet.
Yeah, at least it's available to them and their fur babies.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
Those brand new fur babies that got into families on Christmas.
Oh, yeah. They're so cute to see. And I have gotten pets for Christmas, before as well. And they're a lot of work. I mean, that's the thing going in. You got to know, like Copper, our youngest golden doodle, likes to make a meal out of drywall. She has since graduated from that, but there was a learning curve there.
Meal out of drywall.
Yeah, just lay in the pet bed and eat the windowsill. That was her jam.
I ate paint chips as a kid.
Right, there you go.
I turned out like this. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tommy Boy. So here's the thing. There's a lot of families, and I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of people that get a pet for Christmas, and then all of a sudden the newness wears off because of gnawing on things, and there's so much work that some people sadly abandon their pets.
Yeah, it's like almost 4 million pets are surrendered or abandoned every year, and they end up in animal shelters. I mean, it's sad.
It is. It really is. But at least some people are putting them in a shelter where there's a possibility that there's a forever home for them.
Oh, absolutely, because some
Ones
are
I'm
abandoned.
like, yeah, the ones that are abandoned, I'm like, oh, don't at least seek out. So our black lab that we have, Ranger, there was a couple that had this. What was it? Was it 2020, 2021?
2020, I think.
Yeah, because Liz was like, "Oh, Rob, you got to see this. This could be your dog," kind of a thing. So I think you saw that on Facebook or something like
Yeah.
that. Liz did. So this family, or I should say, this couple, got this puppy, fell in love with the puppy. However, because the husband, if I remember correctly, had some kind of surgery, and I think it was on his knee, it was a bit much for them. And so instead of bringing that dog to a shelter or abandoning the puppy, they're like, we got to find a good family. And so they sought out a good family, which just happened to be us. And so we were blessed with Ranger, which we were so grateful for. And I was grateful that that family didn't go, forget this, out of here in our lives. And so I like it when they actively look for a good home because it turned out to be too much.
Yeah, to rehome the pet, whether it's, a cat, dog, bird, whatever it is, because, you've seen pets and we've seen videos where they've been dumped on the side of the road or even in the parking lot of a shelter, and the pet doesn't understand, and the pet's heartbroken. So I'm glad, at least in your case, in Rob's case, that they found a forever home.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
Bean is a little guy, but he's mighty. Typically, he's pretty fierce, but he did get scared one day. Yes, I said scared. He got scared, and he ran off. He actually burrowed up under a fence. Bean is a Chihuahua, and he burrowed under the fence, in his backyard, and he just took off. He was so scared by another dog. He just kept running and running and running until he got to the Staten Island Expressway. And then he crossed the street and he got up against one of those concrete medians and he didn't know where to go. He was in the middle of traffic. Little guy weighs like 3 pounds, if that, scared to death. So all of these motorists, all these travelers that were in that area were so freaked out because they saw him, knew he couldn't get back across the street without being in peril. And so some of them stopped and helped him across the street.
Oh, good for them.
I know.
Glad. And how did they see that small dog?
Well, I guess some of them, probably not everybody saw him, but thankfully, once he got to that concrete median, he was smart enough to say, I'm going to stay here for a minute. I'm not going to try to dart back and get back home. And so there was one motorist that got out and got him to safety for sure. But you're talking about
stopped and got out of the car.
Right. It was like a 3-4 lane, I guess, highway on their side. But he was up against that concrete median, just freaked out.
I like how Liz called people motorists. She used to do traffic back in the day.
Did I say motorists? I thought I said travelers.
You said motorist all through that whole time. You'd say motorist. I'm thinking, am I listening to a traffic update?
Well, old habits die hard.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
At some time this year, you're either going to be celebrating somebody's birthday and you will be celebrating your birthday. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Here's the thing. When there's a friend that's having a birthday and they are seasoned in life, you take a look at the cards that have fun with the age. And they're funny, and you look at them and you laugh. But however, it's your birthday. And all of a sudden you find yourself seasoned in life. And you receive one of those so-called funny cards. How do you react?
Yeah. Seasoned in life. Come on.
Seasoned in life.
Yeah.
Okay. You're old as snot.
Yeah, there you go. I was going to say, you get the over the hill. And, and those can start at 30 years old. And I'm like, seriously? And 30's hard. And 40's hard. And 50's hard. And all of these big numbers are hard. So I think we need, and there seems to be a move to age more gracefully in our cards.
There is. So there's a Generation X movement now I'm not one who goes into these generation things. I'm sorry. But there's a Generation X movement now that is trying to be more gentler and kinder with the cards that are given to those that are seasoned in life.
I appreciate that. I've had a couple of those where, because I'm, like I say, they start at 30 and they start telling you you're over the hill at 30. So I've had a couple of those, and those hit hard. Those hit right in the middle of your heart and in your crow's feet. So we don't need that.
Rob and Lizz, his morning crew.
So we did a lot of cleaning. After you take up the Christmas decorations, and we have a live tree, pine needles. Oh my goodness, they were everywhere. So I saw this thing that was talking about when you go to deep clean your home, and usually right after Christmas, you kind of have to do that. And it said start with vacuuming. Okay, I get that. Start with vacuuming, no problem. It also went on to say end with vacuuming. Vacuum twice. Because here's what they said. You're knocking off that first layer of junk, of dust, of dirt. Then after you do the dusting and the cleaning, you're going to end up with more junk on the floor. So you'll need to to vacuum again.
Let me see if I understand this correctly. There's the suggestion that you first start to vacuum, complete the whole process, clean the house, and then vacuum all over again? Every time? No, I'm sorry. No.
See, that's what I think. And they did have a neat hack that I hadn't thought about. Is I don't know if your silverware drawer ends up with all these little, I don't even know. I don't know if it's crumbs. It shouldn't be because it cleans silverware, but it gets like little dusties in the corner of the silverware drawer. So it says like if you have one of those handheld vacuum cleaners or the attachment that can go into your drawers and get all that stuff up. At least, once every couple of months or something. That's when you're doing that deep cleaning.
Let me tell you who would do a great job at this. Scott's wife.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you what. She gets in this zone when it comes to vacuuming. I think she deep down, it's one of her favorite things to do because she's always vacuuming in our house. So I think she would be all in on this. I've not seen her yet get the, extension hose and kind of clean in between the silverware yet. But the vacuuming part, she is all over this.
That's awesome. She needs to come to my house. We got a lot of pine needles she can get up.
Right? Now, I would think you end the whole cleaning thing with the vacuum. Instead of start vacuuming, vacuum again. If you have like a large home, it's nonstop.
It's going to take forever. So we have this little thing because we have hardwoods, and I will usually do that twice. I will, but it's not like the full all over the house vacuuming.
See, my wife is in Florida. She comes home Thursday. No, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. She comes home tomorrow, and I keep up with the house, but I won't vacuum every day. And certainly when I'm cleaning, I'm not going to vacuum again. I mean, come on.
Like, did you not do it well the first time? What is the deal?